Battle of the Sexes, mostly in prose, more than a dollop of lowbrow comedy? I'm in. Welcome to this fourth episode of Shortspeare, the series where I attempt to summarize and illuminate one of Shakespeare's plays in about 5 minutes or so. Today, I'm going to do Much Ado About Nothing, but before I get into it, please remember to like and share this video, and if you like content like this, remember to subscribe to my channel and ring the little bell if you want a notification every time I drop a new video. So here we go, the plot of Much Ado About Nothing. 3 dudes are returning home from war, and they are Don John, Benedick, and Claudio. Benedick has a long-standing rivalry with a woman named Beatrice, and as soon as they get home, Beatrice sees him and they start sniping at each other. Claudio, on the other hand, sees Beatrice's cousin, Hero, and instantly falls in love. With the help of Don Pedro and a masquerade ball, Claudio and Hero's father, Leonato, agree to a match. But they've got to wait like a week for the wedding, so Claudio and Don Pedro and Leonato all decide to pass the time by tricking Beatrice and Benedick into falling in love with each other. Somebody get Hugh Grant on the line, we got a romantic comedy on our hands. Meanwhile, Don Pedro's brother Don John has also returned home along with a couple of goons. Don John is basically a Grinch type who's really grumpy all the time and wants to make everybody else grumpy all the time. So, while the others are off trying to get Beatrice and Benedick to fall in love before the wedding, Don John and his goons seek to get Hero and Claudio to fall out of love before the wedding. Don Pedro, Claudio, and Leonato trick Benedick by staging a false conversation for him to overhear, in which they talk about how Beatrice is in love with Benedick. Benedick falls for it and convinces himself that Beatrice is quite the catch. Hero and her lady-in-waiting Ursula likewise trick Beatrice by staging a similar conversation, which Beatrice falls for. Don John and his goons trick Claudio by convincing him that Hero is having an affair by staging a fake romantic encounter for Claudio to see through Hero's bedroom window. At the wedding, Claudio leaves Hero at the altar after accusing her of terrible things. Beatrice is so distraught about this that she persuades Benedick to challenge Claudio to a fight. But before the fight can happen, some bumbling police officers uncover the truth by overhearing Don John's goons bragging about the plot to falsely accuse Hero. So, the truth is revealed, but not before all of Hero's friends decide to pretend that Hero is dead in order to make Claudio feel bad. He, in turn, does feel bad and agrees to marry Hero's cousin until it is revealed that this cousin is actually Hero herself. Hooray! Happiness and joviality ensue. So, Much Ado About Nothing is one of the most popular plays of Shakespeare's canon in the United States these days, and it's not really that surprising that it is. With its Battle of the Sexes story beats, its reliance on prose rather than verse, and its flashes of lowbrow comedy, it feels a lot more like a modern play than most of the rest of Shakespeare's canon. Also, its 2 lead roles, Beatrice and Benedick, are loads of fun to play and loads of fun to watch. There are productions of the play quite often. I myself played Claudio in a grad school production of Much Ado About Nothing. I recently saw an excellent touring production of it by the Arkansas Shakespeare Theater, and there are 2 major film adaptations of the play in recent years, one directed by Kenneth Branagh and one directed by Joss Whedon. The point is, if you really want to see this play, you probably won't have to go that far to catch it. I'd also like to take a moment, and this may seem a little bit strange, to highlight the title of this play, which I think is one of, if not the best titles of a Shakespeare play. Not only is it whimsical and descriptive of the plot and fun to say, but it is also a double entendre. On the one hand, the title is quite literally the plot. Big deals are made of lies. Much ado is made about nothing. On the other hand, it is, shall we say, adult innuendo. The word nothing is a euphemism for lady parts, and the word thing was a euphemism for male parts. And in this romantic comedy about two impending romantic relationships, the prospect of adult relations looms large. So yes, much ado about nothing. And with that, I'm out of time. I do have plans for another video about this play very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, feel free to comment below if you'd like to have a conversation about the play or anything I've said about it, and remember to like and subscribe. Fare you well. I commend you to your own content.